What's new, 802? I'm Becca Hammond, and you're listening to Vermont Talks. Vermont Talks may include graphic or explicit content. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome! It's the 72nd episode of Vermont Talks, and I'm here today with Innocent Ivy, the tease you are tempted to tangle in, who has been involved with Green Mountain Cabaret for almost 14 years, putting on high-quality performances that highlight burlesque as a notable form of artistic expression. Ivy's draglesque, I love this word, counterpart, Porter Starboard, has been hitting the stage and showboating for the last 3 years. On top of showing off their draglesque skills, Porter is also an MC in the greater Burlington area. Both Ivy and Porter have made appearances throughout half of New England, bringing their burlesque, draglesque, and art of aerial skills on the road with them. Welcome, Ivy and Porter.
Thank you.
This is, okay, draglesque.
Draglesque.
Love this word. I feel like we need to immediately talk about this.
It's a very upcoming word for sure. And I'm pretty sure I'm not like the person who coined it or anything. I honestly just started applying lesque to drag because I started out doing burlesque like 14 years ago at this point. Almost like the majority through my burlesque career, I've been doing some like drag, like dabbling in drag here and there. Like I did like a Freddy number. I did another like a military like men's number, and I was like maybe I should make like a drag persona. And I had actually I had talked amongst some of my performers, and you know when you crowdsource, you get mixed reviews of like, yeah, totally go for it, make a separate drag persona. Some people are like, oh, it's going to be a lot of work. Like, you're going to have to, like, manage both. And I was like, yeah, that can't be too hard. And I'll get to that in a minute. But I finally was like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to establish a drag persona. And that one is incredibly new. It's only, like Porter Starboard is only, like, 3 years old at this point. Ivy's now 14. We're getting somewhere. Right now I feel like I'm going to manage it at like a medium easy level. I have like both my personas together on Instagram, even though people are like, oh, you should do it separately because it can be confusing, which I understand. But at the time right now, it's hard for me to like manage even just having like an extra like persona to do on Instagram and then doing work life and everything else. And
splitting your whole life in two on Instagram is so painful.
It's so much to manage.
Right. Like you're a human. You're allowed to have multiple. You can do whatever you want to be, right? You don't have to content bucket your whole life.
Exactly. It just becomes like too much. So, and plus right now, like Ivy and Porter are doing like just enough where it's okay to have like one profile for both of them. So.
Oh, this is so cool. Okay. I think Existential Crisis might have mentioned your MC work and just helping organize, because there's so many events for one, and keeping them going in a fun way, like that MC job is so important at those events.
Oh my gosh, there can be like I was actually listening to the episode with Alexis, and I was like, yeah, there is a lot that goes into being MC. Like you have to make sure, like especially if you're the one like producing and managing the show, you have to make sure that people get their tech sheets into you on time. You have to make sure you have their music, and you have to have the music ready to go for whoever's doing the music.
Right.
And you basically have to, like, for me, like the shows that I've been emceeing, I've had to make sure that on top of like just emceeing and being like distracting the audience while the next performer is getting ready, the other thing is like I have to assume that the next performer is ready. I can't really go backstage and be like, are you good to go over there? Like,
right. Like, you can't really be like, doing that stage managing.
I literally need like some sort of like visual, like from like the performer being like, hey, or like from like, or the stagehand even. The stagehand be like, we're good to go, you know?
Oh, and the MC just sets the like tone, right, of the entire event. And if you're having a good time, you're making the jokes, and it's just that kind of like bubbly experience. Every time I've seen a drag show, it's been just like it's just fun and joyful and bubbly, but. That's it. The MC sets that.
And emceeing is like, it's still like pretty brand new to me. This is like my, goodness, I've only like emceed a few times at this point. But it's pretty brand new to me, like where I went through my first like experience of ending up laughing at myself with the audience, which felt so good. It's wonderful when you could share that experience with them. Like they're laughing at something you said and you're like, yeah, that was ridiculous, wasn't it? Let's laugh together about it.
Right. Well, that's it. It's all just joy and fun.
Right.
I love drag shows. They're so much fun. So I kind of want to touch base on Green Mountain Cabaret because Green Mountain Cabaret is a serious, like this is more serious than I could ever.
Yeah.
Like drag seems so much fun, but for me, I am not like a dancer, and Green Mountain Cabaret seems like a real serious dance group.
Yeah. So for a while we were a troupe, and then recently we became a collective. So we're currently in the business of like, hey, we're gonna list out some shows, and our crew, like our current crew that we have, will be scheduled for each whatever show that we have going on, and then we'll pull in some guest performers too. And kind of back in our troupe days, we would have literally group numbers for every single show that we had, and for a while we had a show like once a month, which was like really intense. When you're putting out new numbers like constantly.
Yes. Yeah. Choreography and coordinating choreography.
It can be like overkill because then you also have to make sure everyone can like attend that rehearsal before the show. And like the rule used to be really strict. It had to be like you couldn't miss any rehearsal for that show. Yeah. Obviously things have like changed over time. But if we ever do have a group number, what happens now is we'll say, okay, who is available for this show? Are you able to attend these days for rehearsal? It would be really helpful to have everybody. So
that's nice.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, because there's such serious. Vermont is kind of isolated. We don't have dance like they have in the bigger cities like New York, because it's really interesting to learn about those groups and how extremely competitive they are, and like their entire life is just dancing for those events, which is absolutely amazing. It's impressive artistry, and it's hard to know where the line is when to come in and what actually works.
Even coming in as an artist, like you could have like a couple of years of experience and be like, okay, like, and it's really more about like having the confidence to sell. Like it's like, okay, I've only been doing this for like 2 years, but like look how amazing I am, and everyone's like, oh wow, yes. Amazing. Or you could be doing this for like say 14 years, and depending on like the confidence level, like it's about being able to present what you have for a brand.
Showmanship.
Yes, it's the showmanship.
Because that's it. You don't need a lot of experience if you can fake it.
Exactly. The whole fake it till you make it thing.
Fake it till you make it. Not to disregard, because they're serious dance. I kind of want to just talk about burlesque and draglesque as a whole, because the dance is, this is kind of traditional. This isn't really...
It's so like Green Mountain Cabaret is very like neo-burlesque. Like I think a lot of what we started out from came from learning about like classic burlesque, and neo-burlesque is bringing it into like the new age. Like burlesque used to kind of be about like, oh, well, we're going to be like taking our clothes off. And then Green Mountain Cabaret became about like, oh, well, what's the storyline? Like, why are we taking our clothes off? like, oh, I'm like out in space and this thing is attacking me. And the only way to break free is to take this thing off. Like,
beautiful. Yeah. Right. It develops the whole plot line.
Exactly.
Right.
And like,
sense.
But like now we're also back to like, hey, like, we don't need like a storyline is nice. That's just a bonus feature at this point, which makes it extra special.
Right.
But
more like, memorable too in some ways.
Right. Exactly.
If there's a plot
when there's a plot, you're like, oh, this is feeding so well.
Nice. So elements of actual acting are coming in.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. That's really cool.
Which is really funny because like I actually didn't do a whole lot of acting. Like I've done dance my whole life. Like I did 8 years of ballet.
Wow.
That was there was so much, that was like literally what my dance world was based around for a while. And then I did like 4 years of cheerleading. So 2 very like intense kind of dance sessions where you're like, oh, you have to have your body formed this way. You have to have your chest upright, tuck your butt in, and look like the most thinnest, perfect angel in the entire world.
And coordinate it at the exact same time as everyone else.
Make sure you can move your muscles while you're incredibly tense. Like,
yes.
Okay, neat. I love that. But then, like, you know, I studied like some hip hop, some tap, and then, like, you know, taking like aerial silks. And what was great about burlesque was, like, I learned that everything could just be loose. You didn't have to have like the tucked butt. You don't have to have like yes, chest up to like do like your little shimmies.
Right. Right.
But like, it's not like you have to have your body. You can, like, I mean, obviously you're not gonna like perform hunched over. Right. You're not gonna like, but at the same time, like, literally it's whatever the form you want it to be is. Like,
right.
If you're performing a character where they're like, oh, life is so hard, we're hunched over, this is why this is happening, that makes sense. So it's good to have like
that's really interesting.
It's an open art form, which is fantastic.
I don't see that's it. I'm not a dancer. So it's interesting to think about the nuances of that and how specific you have to place everything in certain times.
Yeah,
forms of dance.
It's funny because like I like taking those 8 years of ballet. I was all about choreo, things having to be on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. I was very like everything is mechanical.
Right, and then but that makes sense in the way it's taught, and like that art form does make a lot of sense like that. But it's a separate art form. Yeah, exactly. When it's burlesque, everything is very like loosey goosey, and I had to learn about like fluidity. Like, I mean, like there's fluidity in ballet, but at the same time, every teacher that I had felt like it was like, okay, arm here on 1, arm up on 2, arm down on 3, like. Which became very overwhelming very quickly. Yeah, that makes sense.
So being able to be like, when we'd like run numbers by each other in Green Mountain Cabaret, everyone would be like, oh, like the musicality is amazing. And I'm like, what's that? Musicality? Like moving to more than just the beat of the song? Okay. Let's go.
Yep, that makes sense. Yeah, I can see that with ballet because ballet, it's so structured. It's almost like reading sheet music.
Exactly.
The way that it's segmented.
Right. It's almost, to me, it's like you would take like marching band music and that's ballet.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, no, I definitely see it, especially, it's the way they count.
Right.
Yes. Because there's no like half. I've never heard of a dancer doing it on like the half beat.
Yeah, exactly. Hard same. My experience of ballet has not been like, oh, half beat here and like kind of just make it up from here. Like I've had all my teachers have been like really strict about where everything is when.
Right. Which they're teaching. I totally get that. And dance is so cool. There's I feel like I went through that period of like dance is the coolest thing ever when I was like 14 or 15 in Berkshire, Vermont.
Oh, right. That's valid.
Right, where I'm like, wow, I can watch these movies.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll attempt to dance with them. But that was, that's kind of like my exposure.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. There's so much to it. There's so many types of dance
and
how serious people
and
get.
literally like in burlesque today, like for like burlesque, you can literally incorporate like any of those like dance art forms into whatever it is you're doing.
Right.
Which is so fantastic about it.
It's spicy. The spice of life.
Exactly.
So fun. Aerial. Okay, tell me about the aerial silks. Aerial silks, because I think I know they're very long silks hanging from the ceiling. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So I started that. I guess I have to say all the way back in pandemic.
Yes, we're 6 years in now.
Every time. I started that back then, and because I'd been wanting, I actually like when my friends got me into aerial, and I was like, okay, like I'll give this a try. And we had this like thing called like aerial bar where it was on like it's called a sling. So instead of the full silk hanging down, the other half of the silk is like kind of tied up to the top of it. So you have this kind of like little hammock thing.
Yep.
But you're doing all these like exercises for like your core. And I was like, okay, this is fantastic. Like core workout right here. But also I want to learn how to do the fancy, like, look at the shape that I just built on a silk. And I took that, I started taking those classes, and I actually had to like take a break for a little bit just because like money, things are expensive.
Yes, they are.
And then I finally started going back again. And
where did you say you were taking
Oh,
these?
so it's at Murmurations on Flynn Ave.
Oh, cool. Okay. So yeah, that's it. I'm outside of this community.
Yeah.
So I know that they put on dance numbers.
Yeah.
As the Flynn will do dance numbers.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's not like as big. I don't know. I don't hear about them the same way. So I love to hear where you're doing.
There's literally like there's silks at Murmurations. There's also silks at Lines as well. But
Lines. Okay, cool.
So like I actually just started like booking like just single practice sessions with Red Rum at Lines, so as I can at least practice what I've learned in class at Murmurations. And I'm glad that I've gone back, because going on these silks again, it's like riding a bike all over again. Like muscle memory is a very real thing.
Yeah, thankfully.
Yeah, like I started doing climbs and I was like, I do remember this.
Okay, when did you get into burlesque and drag?
So I got into burlesque 14 years ago. And
can I expand a little bit on my question, because I'm realizing I'm lacking depth? Like, when, in terms of like in your life, did you feel like was this like a college thing? And not to pry too hard.
I can totally fill this in easily. I've got all the other loaded things that I wanted to add on to this too. So this was like maybe a little bit just out of college.
Okay. Great time to get into stuff.
Right? That's great time to do it. Not worried about having to go to classes or anything.
Yes.
Got the whole world ahead of you.
And it's like free. Like these are the first years that you're free to do what you want.
To be honest, I'm definitely someone who's like very comfortable with my body. Like I don't even know. I just like I had running jokes even in college that like I had running jokes about me being like a nudist in college. So I was like, well, you know what? Burlesque, this only makes sense. Let's just do it.
Adjacent.
And the only reason like I got into it was because like my sister was like, she's like, hey, like my friend's organizing. This was Alexa Luthor, who started Green Mountain Cabaret. She's
nice.
Like, oh, okay. My friend is starting this cabaret troupe, and I was thinking we could try out for it together. So my sister and I tried out singing science fiction double feature. Like she played it and like harmonized with me while I sang and stripped at the same time.
Nice.
Yeah, and
family.
It was pretty fantastic. And then from there, like I became like I didn't get to be a sugar shaker right off. I actually started off as a stage cat.
That makes sense. See that. I asked some of my friends about this whole concept. Because I'm like, I don't know enough about this. Like, do you guys know anything about it? And one of my friends said Green Mountain Cabaret used to be very strict and organized.
Yeah.
And you had to try out, but
we had like format and everything.
Right, super serious. So that makes sense. So you kind of came in and just started helping out.
Exactly. Yeah. So like some of us would like start out as sugar shakers, and then some of us would start out as stagehands. And then like as time went on, like you graduate to becoming a sugar shaker.
I love the term sugar shaker. I've never thought of that, but that's adorable.
I know. I think that was really smart. Like,
because I feel like there's other cutesy names that have been applied to some of these very serious dance troupes.
Right.
You don't know what that means. Like as an outside observer, you're like, that's just adorable. Like, what is this? You're a sugar shaker?
What is that?
That's a serious title.
But also,
that's a badge of honor to be a sugar shaker.
Yes, very. I mean, to me, it is for sure. It took me like a while to earn it. So
exactly. It's earned.
So
right?
like,
you put in the work and you put in the time.
Exactly.
Mad respect. I think that's so impressive. I love watching anything synchronized anyway. So.
Absolutely.
So cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool to me that I love that this is in Vermont. That's what I
Yes, it's nice to have these. And like, honestly, like even for like stage cats, you can either be like stage cat, stage chum, just stagehand, like literally any term is pretty much there.
Oh, that's awesome. And okay. There's so many questions I want to ask, but I want to keep it flowing.
I got you.
Get this name perfect here. Porter Starboard.
Yes.
You had mentioned that you kind of wanted you split at this point. So this is going to be its own persona.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Porter Starboard a little bit.
Okay, so when I finally decided that I needed to come up with a drag persona, I was like, I'm like, okay, like what am I gonna do? And I came up with like 3 possible names. One of them was like, I'm like, okay, well, like, should I make it related to my burlesque persona? Should I do like a Vinnie Vines? I'm like, oh, gross. No. But like, I put Vinnie Vines and like Porter Starboard and like one other name out on like to my troupe to be like, hey, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for a drag name. Like, what do people like? And most people like Porter Starboard. And I currently have my own boat right now, and I'm very into like nautical things. Like,
awesome.
So I was like, you know what? I feel like Porter Starboard would be like more appropriate anyway. So
it feels like such a. It reminds me of David Bowie for some reason, and I don't really know why exactly.
I guess I could see that. It's kind of like not like Starman, but like oh my god, why can I not think of this? Like Major Tom, like and like the ship, spaceship, yeah.
It reminded me of like nautical, but also like not something.
Right,
like
right.
sailing through space.
Yes, exactly.
modern sailing.
Exactly. Modern sailing, basically.
So now we're all sailing through space.
Yeah, exactly. At this point, we're all sailors through space.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so when you're being Porter Starboard, I never know how to refer to these things, so I apologize if I'm getting the naming wrong.
Porter Starboard, like you say, I will like loose it. I'm like Porter Starboard and like star. You don't have to say Starboard. Like it's a play on like port or starboard, like the boat term. So yeah.
Are you doing both personas in the same night, or is it one event?
Oh,
per
hell
persona?
no.
Okay,
I literally had like one person. So I sometimes what I'll do for like Pride events is I'll submit numbers like separately, like one for Ivy and then one for Porter. And I had one time where one of the Pride events was like, oh, we'll take like both your Ivy and both your Porter for the show. And I was like, do you know how impossible? I mean, it's doable, but it's really more impossible because getting into Porter takes like 2 hours. Maybe an hour and a half if I rush it. That means getting out of like Ivy makeup, putting on a fresh makeup for like Porter all over again. That takes. There's no way in 20 minutes I can switch from one to the other.
That's kind of what I assumed, but I wanted to double check.
Well, because like I also do like facial hair for Porter, and like glue's involved in that, and I had literally there was like one Pride event the other year. My friend came down with me. Thank God she was with me, because otherwise I feel like I would have been moving slow. But she came down with me, and I was like rushing makeup, and she was trying to be helpful. And at one point, I went to get the glue out to like put my beard on, and it spilled everywhere.
Oh no!
So we both were like trying to clean up the glue that had spilled all over the station. And this is like really sticky stuff. This isn't just like your average like Elmer's glue. Like, no, this is like hardcore. Like you put your fingers together and you're gonna have to like move them apart to get unstuck.
Oh, no.
It was a nightmare. We were both like in the bathroom just doing this as hard as we could, like rubbing our hands together. Like, it was awful.
There's so much that goes into like I know I talked about it with like existential crisis, but there's so much goes into drag and doing it well. Like you can have that drag. You can.
You can.
It's fine. And if that's what you want to do, but it's also not as impressive on stage when it's all about showmanship and putting on that show, right? So there's a lot of work going into this.
Yeah. Along those like lines, so one of this drag king that I follow, it's called King Key. He does this whole thing about how all drag is valid, but like not all drag is like bookable. So it's about like, if you really want your drag to be bookable, it's about elevating and practicing and dedicating the time to put it together for the showmanship.
But there's such a wow effect so often.
Absolutely.
And those are the performers you remember, right? When they walk out and you're just like,
and you're like, oh,
that is,
yeah.
Like, this person is serious about this.
Absolutely.
Clearly. Oh my god, I love the like sequin gowns and like drag queens.
And it's all about like it's all about like how you make the audience feel with your number.
Yes.
I did in my Porter persona, I did this number to the song's called Doctor by Treslow. And the song is about like feeling suicidal essentially. So like I put out a content warning beforehand because kind of gotta. And And when I did that number for the first time, like my friend, like Dominique Anjou was like, "Oh my God, that number was so touching. Wow." And like other people came up to me and were like, "Oh my gosh, like that number really like felt for me." And so it's about the effect that you have on your audience,
Right.
you know?
Oh yeah, because it's a show, but it's also an art form. Your
Absolutely.
storytelling, like it's serious.
Yes. Yeah.
That's it. There's a lot to it. It's
Right.
not something people slap together.
Yeah, and like not every number has to be like pow pow dance flip tricks. Like it's about like literally taking the space and like holding your space. Like you can literally kind of just stand and hold still, and people will be like, "This is intentional," and I don't know what it means, but something is happening, even though they're standing still right now. Something's happening.
Right, because it's thought out. It's not. I don't know. I mean, you could do it with no choreography and no plan, but I just don't think it would have the same effect on the audience. And that's the thing, is I've never been to a show where they clearly hadn't choreographed everything.
I don't know. I don't know about a lot of like my fellow performers now, but I know in the past, I've seen some performers who are like, they're like, I have to improv it. I can't really like come up, like plan something in my head. Otherwise I'm going to be like in my head the whole time. Like I've seen performers be like, no, it has to be improv. Like when I get up there, I'm like, okay. But we have had shows where we like do improv numbers. Like, so we've had like karaoke, like burlesque shows where someone will like come up and sing a song, and whatever song it is that they're singing to, you have to dance to that number. So I had to dance to Every Time We Touch for like a karaoke show. And I was like, was not anticipating this. I'm definitely wearing my slow number costume, and this is a very high energy number.
Yes.
I think I can make it work. And this was supposed to be like a number where I was like dripping like syrup all over myself too. So I'm like, well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Violent syrup.
Right.
Dancing. Oh my God.
Oh my God. No, seriously though.
That beat.
Yep. It was I didn't even get everything off in time, but I'm like, well, you know what? I did what I could. Because I was like, oh God, I forgot how long this song is too. So I was like, right?
It builds up.
It builds up. And then there's like a whole like dance, like intermission for a minute. I'm like, oh crap. What? I'm like, I got everything else off. I'm like, now I have all this time. And then like, it ended up being like, oh, now I just use all the time because I was so worried about having too much time. Whoops.
Improv.
Yeah, improv.
That's super fun. That's what I haven't seen one of those. Or I will say maybe because there's always a mix of artists.
Yeah.
Maybe some of them were improving, but then other people were so choreographed that I didn't realize that they were even
Right. No, like
fit really well.
And I know like something Alexis had brought up like prior was like, it's good to have a number where it's like half choreography, like half improv, because you can at least like when you're doing your choreo, you're like, okay, well, I intentionally mean to do this up here. And then if I have like some time and space where like you just want to connect with the audience maybe, or like, you know, someone comes up to you to like give you a tip and you're like, well, this is where I can improv how I'm going to take the tip, or like something like that, you know?
Yes. The creative ways of grabbing
money.
$1. They're not like, I feel like I've had friends of mine who kind of assume that it's more just like going to a strip club.
Oh, yes.
Than a show. It's like artistic.
Yeah. Like,
it's
well, like,
funny,
and that's the thing.
it's joyful. It's not. I don't know. I never feel sleazy going to a drag show, personally.
That's a plus. Like, I've definitely, like, come across people who are, like, when I've mentioned burlesque to them, they're like, oh, you mean, like, the movie? And I'm like, yeah.
I don't think I've seen this movie, but I'm guessing from your reaction, no.
With, like, Cher and Christina Aguilera.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever seen it. That's funny.
I'm like, yeah. But this is like act like you're going to some like where someone's like taking off their clothes with a purpose, not just like because in the movie like Christina goes to like work this like burlesque club joint, and it's like, okay, great, yes, and there's more to it than just that. Like
right. So, well, that's it. It's one of those things that if you don't bother to learn about it,
right,
it's really easy to make
Yeah, you can make all the assumptions. Yeah,
and
exactly.
not understand, because that's it. It's way more like a dance. It's quirky and
right.
or almost like theater. Like there's like theater aspects to it, especially the very choreographed pieces to specific songs, like you said about having like this huge amount of meaning, or like there'll be
absolutely, or
that's what I remember the most about the shows I've gone to, are these. Like, wow, that was like really powerful. Like that actually spoke to all of us.
Yeah.
And everyone's like tearing up about it, kind of a moment.
Yes.
And that doesn't happen at strip clubs, you know what I mean?
Right. Because like strip clubs, you kind of you're just there for like, like they're just gonna take their clothes off, and you're just, like, I mean, not like obviously they're there like that's their art too. Like and burlesque is pretty much like you're basically a stripper.
Yes, I'm not shaming. Oh my god, some of the strippers are the most athletic, talented dancers. I'm not saying. I just think that there's this, this kind of like attitude, right? It's one of those just.
I had like the first time I wanted to put a costume together it was like my first number that I like debuted on the stage, and I was trying to get my mom to help me put said costume together, and I'm like, hey, could you help me sew buttons into this skirt? And she's like, well, where do you want them? I'm like, on the sides of my skirt. And she's like, what is this, like a Chippendales thing? And I'm like, yes. So kind of like that. Let's just go with that for now, and we'll just kind of continue from there.
Yeah. That art takes so many different forms, and you can be as serious as you want to be, you can be as cheesy as you want to be, and it's all valid.
Exactly.
It's all valid. Exactly. If you're loving it and you're having fun doing it.
And like that's really like where the audience like falls in love with you the most, is because if you're having fun, then they're having fun.
Oh yeah. I need to get to another direction. Another draglesque show. Specifically. Okay, so
there's a lot of like burlesque shows that are coming up soon,
I was just gonna say, let us list through. So one thing, real quick, before we go through all the shows, newcomers. I always try and touch on this because every now and then someone will stumble across this episode.
I literally.
Wow, I really. Interested in this.
So at People's Pride, actually, I had somebody come up to me like after I performed my solo. And I was literally trying to run so as I could change to get into my group number attire. So they were like, oh my God, you're amazing. Like, how do I get into this? And I'm like, how about we walk and talk? And I will tell you the things that we can do. And so, as I have here, we do have, like, Green Mountain Cabaret has, like, a newcomers burlesque show. This one is going to be in early December. I actually don't know if I'm allowed to share the dates.
Oh, that's okay.
So that's why I just wrote them down in case, but also, like, I'll say at least, like...
Is there a contact sheet? I think I saw some sort of contact online.
Yeah, you can actually, like, follow Green Mountain Cabaret on Instagram, or they're on Facebook. Usually, like, they'll announce, like, when they're taking applications for like, their newcomer show. And
just to say, like, if you want to join Green Mountain Cabaret, that's one way of doing this. If you want to get into drag and draglesque and burlesque, in your own way, whatever, right?
And like I know,
just get involved.
Yeah, and then like I know Emoji does like the cherry pop shows for people who want to do drag.
Nice. That's great.
And there's always like the drag newcomer show.
That name. Well. Oh my god.
Yeah. Like it's also for like if you want to like try out a new drag number and see like what everybody thinks of it.
Right.
Like it's a really good like experimental stage, and like this like newcomers, it's like it's good for people who are like I've been thinking about it, but I don't know if I can do it, but like let's give it a try and see what happens.
Right.
And like we do like Green Mountain Cabaret does have like a show mid-August coming up where it's going to be like one of those, hey, is there a number that you wanted to try out? Like, bring it to this stage. Like, that will be a lot of fun. And I was debating actually trying out my hosting in that area. Where did I say that was happening? the open stage. It's going to be August 11th at Big Heart Social in Regents. And then in mid-September, we're going to have a pirate-themed pride show happening. That one's going to be a Main Street Landing show.
Love pirates.
Yeah.
That is the best drag idea I've heard in a long time. Love it.
It's going to be fantastic. And then we're also going to have like our annual Halloween show happening at the end of October, up in Montpelier. And then December at like mid-December, it's going to be our anniversary show. Green Mountain Cabaret has been around for about 14 years now, so
that's amazing.
Yeah.
And all of this, so greenmountaincabaret.com, right?
Yes.
That's that. There's a newsletter sign up. If you are interested in this, go sign up on the newsletter. I always suggest people do that because Instagram can magically disappear someday.
Oh, absolutely.
So go sign up on their actual website, greenmountaincabaret.com.
Absolutely. And we're always putting the link out for like tickets to the show as well. So feel free to check out our show links as well.
Yeah, follow along. And Ivy, we're going to give your very long Instagram handle.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
Instagram's where everyone goes. It's innocent_Ivy.Porter_Starboard because it's combined, like we talked about, which is totally fine. And then you get to see everything in one spot.
You can see all the Porter Starboard activities, all the Innocent Ivy activities.
Which I'm going to have your Instagram linked on the show notes. I'm going to have Green Mountain Cabaret linked on the show notes page. So if you go to vermonttalks.com/72, you are going to immediately get to all of this good stuff, as well as a transcript of this episode and all of the other images. I'm going to have images of all of these fun things
perfect.
On this page.
So perfect.
And I'll get you in touch. If you can't remember these names, greenmountaincabaret.com, though, that one's pretty straightforward.
That's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, we'll get you there. And we'll get you to Ivy's Instagram profile. And I think I've got to cut it, which is really sad for me because I feel like we could talk for 2 more hours.
Valid.
But thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate this.
Super fun. I love all forms of art, so I'm really appreciative that you came to talk to me today. And I think that's pretty much it. I think we covered everything.
Yeah. Do you want a Porter Starboard voice sample at all? Or
yes, I was gonna say I love this blurb here at the end.
Oh my god! Wait, what did I put? Oh, burlesque. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay. Do you want me to read it off?
Yes.
Okay. So burlesque and drag are art forms that have many flavors to them, like sultry, silly, exaggerated, under-exaggerated, and these are art forms that are like meant to send messages to the audience. My Porter Starboard's been very comedic, so he's this very Irish, Scottish pirate who he kind of talks like this. So when he's hosting, he's like, "Folks, here's what I have for you tonight."
Yes,
and that is his voice.
Thank you, Porter.
We heard it. It is no problem at all.
So much.
Of course.
Thank you so much for
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you everybody for listening today. Please check out this stuff. This is so fun. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks so much for listening to the end of the show. Subscribe to Vermont Talks on your favorite podcasting platform. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all over the web. Contact Becca at vermonttalks.com if you'd like to be interviewed or if you know someone who should be. Thanks so much to Jason Baker for creating the show music. The views and opinions expressed by the guests are those of the individuals and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Vermont Talks. Any content or statements provided by our guests are of their opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, anyone, or anything. And that's what was new in the 802. Have a great day.